What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Circus here. Today we're having another live duel. On the left side, we got Marincess, Sean operating Marincess. He's been doing that for a very long time now. We've seen him off and on the channel. And then on the right side here, we got David on the branded deck. Hoping that he represents the deck very well. Unfortunately, I was not able to play this time, but we were able to record some sweet videos here. So I want to give some huge shout outs to the boys for helping me out with this. I'd like to apologize for missing the graveyard and the vanish zone, I think, of some of the players here. And we're still working on some technical difficulties of being able to set up the camera. We are all human, and hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe before we dive in here. We're going to see some high rolls. Let me know down in the comment section below what deck you think is going to win, as well as what deck you guys want to see this format. I believe we are seeing that Marincess is going to go first. Actually, it's going to be Brandon who's the one to die roll here, and he's able to go first. And looks like they have a few options here. They're going to activate Albion here, sending for cost, Retribution perhaps, or they already have, sending the Retribution here, getting a draw one. Maybe hoping to draw the card they could search instead, wanting to get through that deck. We're going to see a Nadir Servant here, sending the Sprint to the graveyard. And that will either search for the Albaz or, so searching for Albaz here. Not playing the Maximus we see. And then during the end phase, we're going to be seeing Sprint's going to be summoning out here. Going for the Spriggan's Kit. Not the best play. Going to be able to search for High Spirits here. And then putting a card on the back and on the bottom of the deck. And then they're going to activate the High Spirits, revealing the Albaz, sending the Albion as well as the Albaz, and then they're able to activate the effect and search for Mercurier here off of the High Spirits. And then they're able to set the red off of the Albion here. So using 2 cards in the extra for a set Albion, not the greatest here. They will be able to make a Chimera perhaps, as well as, maybe even a Lubellion. And then they'll be able to make a Mirror Jade, and they have Mercurier. Well, we're going to see the Blue Tang being normal summoned here. And then we're going to activate the effect of red. Going to make the Lubellion, I believe. Yep. Then we're going to activate the effect discarding. We're going to be discarding an Nadir Servant, opening up a double here, making that Mirror Jade. And then Mirror Jade on summon is going to send the second Albion here. And that will be banishing the Blue Tang. Not even letting them go into the links, which is very, very crucial. I think there's only a few extenders in the deck for Marincess. So stopping that normal summon can be quite good. We're going to see an extravagance here. Or not extravagance. We're going to see a Pot of Desires. We also see the mining in the hand here. Going for the Desires first is kind of risky, but makes sense. We do see the Battle Ocean being hit there. That is huge for Brandon. And he gets Ash Blossoms, not having any of it. We see Silent Mining Wave, and it looks like Gozen Match. We're going to see a dive here, summoning out the Seahorse. So they have kind of an extender here, going for the Blue Slug. But if there's anything else, it's going to stop them right in their tracks. They're going to activate the effect. They're going to hit with Mercurier. I forgot all about that. Having the monster negate. They're going to activate Silent Mining, pitching the Gozen Match. Going for a second Seahorse. And they're going to get hit with the Droll and Lockbird. That makes them down to 0 cards here. They'll have their Albion, and that's going to be it. I feel like you just don't Droll there. You save it for the next turn, or you just don't Ash on the Desires, and you hit them with Droll then. I feel like there's so much. I guess Droll kind of hurts, but at the same time, it doesn't. Like, they have Wave in hand, and that's it. We're going to be down to a really grindy game, but, Mirror Jade is Mirror Jade. As well as Albion in the graveyard, plus drawing a card. I don't know if Marincess will be able to play through this. Looks like he's looking through his options. I don't know Marincess very too well. I know a lot of the cards do die to Droll. But we're going to go for a Splash Mage Reborn. And then I'm going to be able to go to the Coral Anemone, activate the effect, bring back Splash Mage. Link those away for the Bubble Reef here, so a little bit of a boss monster there. We're going to be able to draw during the standby phase as well. They're going to add back the Seahorse. And then end phase, we're going to add back these High Spirits, and they're going to search for Branded Fusion here. So we're going to have 2 cards in hand, being able to discard the High Spirits as well, and then drawing a card there once again. Here we're going to see them activate the Bubble Reef, banishing the Splash Mage to draw a card. And they had the Wave in hand as well, so they have a form of negate. We're going to see a normal summon of Veluber activating the effect here. That is a good one. And we do see a Book of Eclipse being drawn there. I feel like you just have to add Lost here. If you add Lost, then you'll be able to... then you activate Branded Fusion, you send, you add Cartesia, unless you're playing 2 Mercurio, which could be fine as well. I don't think David owns Lubellions here. We're going to see Branded Fusion being activated here, sending the Albaz as well as a copy of Tragedy. So maybe going for Quiritus? Going for Lubellion here, which is interesting. They're going to activate the effect, discarding the High Spirits. And they're going to activate Lost, searching for the second Mercurio. Okay, so on that 2 Mercurio build, very nice. And the Ad-Lib, and they're going to be able to shuffle back the Albat. Probably you have to shuffle back Albion, yeah. Going for Albion and Lubellion. Or 2 Albions probably for Dragostapelia. That makes sense to me. Do you have a way to reset? I mean, they have Retribution engraved, so they can just activate Retribution, add back the Branded in red. I guess they could activate Branded in red here, add back. I feel like there's no need. I really feel like you shouldn't, you're not going to be able to OTK here, I don't think. So I'm going to chain Wave here to make it to that the Bubble Reef is unaffected by your opponent's card effects for the rest of the turn here. And then it's going to activate the effects, but it cannot pop. So it cannot draw to it. I guess you can draw 2, and you just can't pop. We're going to summon back out the Aluber. Here it's going to go past because I can't attack over it, and then go during the standby phase, send the Albion here, to out that Bubble Reef immediately. We have to realize they have also the Dracostapelia as well. We have the Book of Eclipse here, so I'm going to chain Book of Eclipse. And do we have an Ash for that? We do not here. So we're going to see them all flipped face down here. Mercurio is not going to be able to negate anything unless they flip face up. So they're going to be free to play here, summoning the Pascalis, and then summoning out that Seahorse. Seahorse can be able to go into the Blue Tang, or not Blue Tang, what am I saying? The Slug. Slug will be able to add back. You're going to take a second to read the Mirror Jade there. It is still a fusion summon card, even though it's flipped face down, so that's important to note. Doesn't forget how it was summoned, so it's a important thing to notice. They're going to summon out the Seahorse, Link away into the Sea Angel. Sea Angel is going to be able to add the second field spell if they play it, or the dive because they do not have it in the deck. Very rough. They're going to be playing with the graveyard now, not being able to summon back from the not being able to summon from the deck there. I guess kind of protecting them from the Ash Blossom though. We're going to see them go for Coral and Enemy, and then Coral is going to be able to summon back out the Sea Angel, making those away for a triangle. Then we can add back the Seahorse. And I think they have another in deck, maybe not. But they are waterlocked here, so they're going to go for probably the Argonaut. But will Argonaut be out? So Argonaut's going to be able to destroy, or puts it back into the extra deck. They can summon back out the 2 here. And they're going to be able to... I didn't even know it had that bounce effect. That's kind of cool. I guess, you know, you're stopping the Mirror Jade from resolving by getting rid of it completely. At the same time, like, what can you really do against this board is my question. Like, they're going to be able to draw 4 during the end phase there. They're going to go for a Marble Rock here. And what are we going to add back to the hand here? Adding the Blue Slug back to the extra deck. Going to activate the Dive, summon back out the Pascalis. Licking those both away for a Zealantis here. And then they're already waterlocked. So they're going to be able to banish everything. They're going to get no draws here. Okay, that makes sense to me. You know, stopping that lock, and then you're going to go battle phase. And then you're going to be able to attack. And then we're going to go add back these High Spirits here. And then we're going to be able to also activate or add the Branded Fusion off of Albion. I don't really know what else they have. They already went through Branded in red. They could potentially be playing Branded in white. We're going to see the Branded in white being searched there. I guess they'll be able to fuse with the Graveyard to get that Albion, but... or get that Mirror Jade, but I can't really see it. We did stop that draw 4, though, which is very nice. Now we're going to be seeing a normal summon of Alabaz, discarding the High Spirits here. And able to make the Mirror Jade right there for free. That's so wild. Activate the Tragedy to add back or to set the Branded Fusion. They're going to activate, and they're just going to scoop it up there, you know, revealing the sword here and knowing that's going to be game. Going on to game 2. But I think that's still crazy. I think Branded, of course, had, you know, they did have that insane amount of gas, but at the same time, we also saw that, like, they stopped the draw 4 off Marincess, which I think is pretty crazy. Like, we saw Zealantis just get rid of it altogether, which I think was very, very nice. Moving on into game 2, though, Marincess will be able to go first, and Gozen Match is a card that just outright beats Branded, I feel. It's not as good as, like, Rivalry against Branded, but at the same time, it's pretty nice. You know, you can't really tag out a lot of your monsters. Granganol is still a line, as well as I think you're forced to go into like Lubellion. Or you're forced to go into Albion to go into Mirror Jade because Lubellion's a light one, so you can't really go for it. You're locked out of Sanctifying Dragon, and you can't have Granganol as well as Mirror Jade on the field at the same time, nor be able to go for Mirror Jade. But you can still have like Rinbrum and Mirror Jade, and that's good itself. And you can still go for Chimera with the Mirror Jade on the field. So if you can set up like the old combos, you can kind of play through it, but otherwise you're still just sitting in the water. But let's see what's going to go down in game 2 here. We're going to see the decks being offered, cutting, and here we go. I saw a trap card. I do see it goes in the hands of the Marincess player here. We're going to see a Pascalis being summoned out, and they're going to summon out the Blue Tang. And that itself is full combo. We're going to see Seahorse being dumped. You know, Blue Tang herself is full combo. Link off into Slug. We're going to activate the effect. We see a Monster Reborn in the deck. I was playing Monster Reborn and Branded for a bit. I was thinking, oh, this card can actually be like maybe decently all right in this format. I ended up cutting it because it was just kind of trash. We're going to be seeing the Mandarin being summoned out here, linked away into the Sea Angel. Sea Angel is going to be able to add either the Battle Ocean or the Dive. Going for the Battle Ocean there. Not banishing it from Desires this time. Going into see an enemy to summon back out the Blue Tang. Then we're going to go into the Bahamut Shark. We're back on the Bahamut Shark Toad combo here, so we're going to activate the effect, summon out the Toad. Then we can summon out the Seahorse, and we can go right into the Bubble Reef if we wanted to. Or we could link away into Triangle. And then Triangle will be able to add the Trap card, and as well as add Seahorse back. And then activate the Battle Oceans here. They're going to be able to link away into the Argonaut. And then we're going to be seeing the Battle Ocean going to be putting the on Blue Slug, Sea Angel, as well as an enemy on the field. They're going to set one mystery card, which we know is going to be the Gozen match, and pass. During the standby phase, we're going to be seeing Gozen activate, and then they're going to be activating Duster. They have an Omni as well as a Spell and Trap negate, so they're going to be negating that with the summon out of the enemy there. And we're going to be seeing a normal summon of Albaz pitching the Eluber here. It's interesting to me that they chose to not do the Eluber first. They're going to be seeing the wave came down, stopping that Albaz. And yeah, this game is 100% the Marincess player, unless those rest of the cards are just busted here. I can't really see what else. They're locked in the dark. So they're going to go battle phase, attack. Their Albaz is going to die here. Then they're going to activate Fusion Deployment. Summon out Cartesia from the deck. So going for Granganol. Granganol can tag out for the Quertus. Is a light as well. So you have some lines of play here. Going to activate the effect, and then they're going to be, attributing the Toad to take it. And Brandon's just going to scoop it up there, realizing that they have nothing, and the next turn is going to be the OTK. So we see, Floodgate Central over here. If Branded can get Tikaboo on the field, if they're playing it, it's going to be one match. It's going to be over real quick. Tikaboo being an insane card versus Marincess, versus any Cyber deck, really. That's like their downfall. Which, I don't know. Do you like Floodgates in the game? I personally don't. I know every deck can kind of play a Floodgate, but every deck can play Summon Limit for sure, which is a powerful Floodgate, going first. We have a lot of the powerful spells going second as well. Lightning Storm going to 2 is kind of weird because it kind of promotes bad kind of gameplay, but understandable because Lightning Storm is absolutely busted of a card. But I don't know. Don't know how I feel about some of the stuff. All I know is Branded is probably the most expensive deck to build. We got Alti Albaz, Alti Alubers, we have Starlight Quems, Starlight Cartesias. We are getting a 25th Century Lubellion. We have Alti Branded Fusions coming soon. We have Starlight, Mirror Jade, Albalentis, Ranganol. I don't even know if I'm missing any there. If you're playing the Lulu Wallith, you have that Starlight as well. There's just a bunch of crazy expensive cards in the deck for absolutely no reason. But a very, very nice deck. We see David not even rocking regular Lubellions. He just thinks that they're not needed, but he is playing multiple copies of Sorenir instead. So we're going to be seeing the Branded player going to go first here, activating the Branded opening, pitching that Sorenir we just talked about. That will get him the Retribution Engrave. We're going to see the Aluber being summoned out onto the field here. They're going to activate the effect of both monsters. Being able to chain block is very nice. And then we're going to add the branded fusion here. The branded opening having double protection effect is also very nice. We're going to see the branded lost, and they're going to activate the branded fusion. Going to hit with Ash, but we have the call by the grave. Let's go, David. This man is the ultimate sacker of all times. You don't know how many times I got sacked by IO from him. Call by the grave with David. That's just how it's going to be. We see them make Lubellion, and we're going to be searching the Mercurier here. So maybe already having... Wait, did they use their whole hand here? They're going to put back the Albaz. They're discarding the Fusion deployment here, too. And then we're getting Mirror Jade on the field. This is one of the very old combos. We're going to activate the effect, banishing the Aluber by sending the Albion to the graveyard. So essentially we're just setting up Mirror Jade branded in red for Chimera. Essentially here is what the combo is. The very, very pre-Photon Hypernova combos. Here we're going to see a Book of Eclipse being activated here. Pretty much forcing out the branded in red. We're going to be seeing Spring Girl being summoned. And yeah, forcing the branded in red there. Going to hit with a bell, and that's going to be that. Wow. They're going to read Lost there. Bell doesn't negate activations. Or it does negate, so they can't do it there. Okay. And then they're going to be able to summon out the I didn't know Bell negated the activation. That's kind of weird to me. Loss prevents it. So we're going to be seeing them add the Cartesia, add the Aluber, something out the Mirror Jade there, and we're going to have the draw 2, pop 1. And they also have now Mirror Jade live as well as the Mercurier in the hand as well. And we kind of have that, that hand knowledge with the Bell there. Essentially down to a few more cards. Have a second Book of Eclipse there. That is rough. Stopping the Mercurier and the Mirror Jade here. They do have the dive, the extender, but they have to hit off the Spring Girl and the Blue Slug here. So they're going to have to add back an extender here. So we're going to see Blue Slug and then Spring Girl add back. And this will be the make or break. We see a Book of Eclipse, and it's going to be a scoop there. Marincess realizing they do not have it in the bag. They're going to have a draw 2 during the end phase. And it's going to scoop it up there, unfortunately. We see with the Bell there. Unfortunately for the Marincess player, it kind of gets stuck on those hand traps and board breakers sometimes. But good game nonetheless. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Peace.